corner as they reach the 100. Brayden Star is flying home. It's coming home like a train on the outside. Brayden Star takes French Emperor and won. Brayden Star by a length, French Emperor.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, for Flemington this weekend. Looking to bounce back what was a disappointing past 2 weeks. And I'm confident I can do so, at least finding a few more than 1 or 2 winners. But hopefully it's our week to bounce back and get some winners, because I'm quite keen on a few on this card. And it is a good card, a lot of each way value, and a lot of progressive forces to take the next step over winter, hopefully. But let's get into the preview, find the winners, because I'm pretty keen on a couple on the card.
Race number 1 at Flemington is a 2-year-old handicap over the 1200 metres, and I'm with Shoresy on top for Ben Brisbane and Dan Stackhouse with the 55.5 barrier number 2. I think this horse has a massive chance. Has had really good form, winning its main at Cranbourne, then going to the 1200 metres of the Redoutes, was well beaten behind I Am Unstoppable, who is a star, but there was the 1200 box tick, and then went to the Supervovus race at Flemington behind She Light, and ran well over the 1100 metres and down the straight, so 1200 metres, straight box ticked, hard fit, in form, drops in weight from last up from the 57 to the 55.5. I think it's clearly the one to beat here. Codigo for second, the New Zealand Raider, 2 from 2, looking to make it 3 from 3 for Blake Shin. Steparty won well on debut, gave them a galloping lesson, but it's harder here and does draw wide. And Sunsource better over further, but can run well and is the class in the race. But race 1, Flemington, 20 the win, Shoresy. I'm pretty confident, actually. Race number 2 at Flemington is a benchmark 100 handicap over the 25-20 metres, and I'm with one in a bit of a price here, and that's Alot for the Mar Eustace camp for Harry Coffey with the lightweight of 54 kilos. He just has better form than these in a weak staying race where Diagula, the favourite, has a query if he'll run the trip. I don't think he will. But Alot, I think he's a really good bet here. Went around in a couple of really good races, went narrowly beaten in the Manion Cup, then went around in the Sydney Cup, ran 7th, good run on a soft track, then went to the Rams, then I'm just not convinced he was comfortable over the 28, back to the 25, dry track, 4.5 kilos dropping here with Harry Coffey above with the Mar Eustace polish, 850, clearly over the odds. Source drawn, can run well for second, ran well last start. Teofilo Star needs the jumps but can run well and never again has no way. But Alot, race 2 Flemington, 15 each way. Race number 3 Flemington is a benchmark 7 handicap for the Phillies and Mears over 1400, and I am with Party for 1 for Blake Shin to go back to back. Had its every possible last chance, drew away, won impressively, and I think he'll be doing the same here. Draws sticky, but is the right man on top to get her out of trouble, and that's Blake Shin. Dominant win by this horse, as I said last start. Does rise slightly in weight, but is the clear one to beat here. Dazzling Lucy was good first up, though I thought was disappointing last start down the straight. Mac and Cheese is the class runner of this field, but I think she'll need a little bit further. And Versilia can run a race at $16, and it has been backed in from a bigger quote than that already. But Party for 1 on top, race 3 Flemington, 20 the win. Race number 4 at Flemington is a 3-year-old quality over the 1100 metres, and I am with Midtown Boss on top. Very confident on this horse. Blake Shin in the saddle, ridden him before, and I'm pretty confident can score another win. He was absolutely outstanding first up when running 3rd to Airman behind Who Dares, neck and neck with that horse over the line. Blake Shin taking over the reins here. Second up will only be improved and is the one on the way up, where a lot of these have got a query against it. But Midtown Boss on top, clearly the one to beat. Legio 10 for second, will be getting back and will be hitting the line hard. Sghirripa for third will lead the race for a fair chunk of it and can run well for coming over from Adelaide. And Mambo Dancer having a second start for Peter Mitty, the Meach combo on there with the 54 can run well. But Midtown Boss, race 4 Flemington, 40 the win. Race number 5 at Flemington is a 3-year-old quality over the 2,000 metres. Reservoir dog on top for Trent Buster and Natalie Young. John McNeil with the 55.5 from a good draw on barrier number 5. There's 2 form references in this race that I think will stand out. The Group 1 SA Derby form or the staying race from Flemington a couple of weeks ago. And I'm going with the SA Derby form here in Reservoir Dog. Pretty confident that he can score here. Was pretty good in the Derby prior to that, winning at Warrnambool in the 6 before, absolutely bolting in, beating Jilted Lover. And I really think that this horse is over the odds at 850 and can run really, really well. First Immortal, out of the Flemington race, can run really well. Blake Shin Sticks goes up in weight. Son of Solly had its chance to beat First Immortal, couldn't put it on top of that horse. And Gottabesavvy, the other one coming out of the SA Derby form reference. But Reservoir Dog, race 5 Flemington, 25 the win. Race number 6 at Flemington is a 3-year-old quality over the 1,400 metres. Grey River on top. Another one for Blake Shin. Barrier number 2, I can see it leading for a good stretch here, and I don't think that they're going to catch it. We'll be up on the speed, powering to the line, and I really don't think that they're going to be able to, really, in the margin that Grey River will put on them. Was absolutely outstanding last start in the Proud Miss behind Snap. Had that race won, but Snap came powering down the outside and just got over the top of him late. 2 goes up in distance to the 1,400 metres, which will definitely suit this horse. Definitely going to be very hard to beat here. Brung King for second, really in at the weights for Celine Gaudry and Henry Dwyer. Ever so consistent, this horse, but probably going to be running into a good one here. Castillian and Magnaspin both over the odds, particularly Magnaspin comes back to racing gelded, but Grey River on top, race 6 Flemington, 35 the win. Race number 7 at Flemington is a benchmark 84 handicap over the 2,000 metres, and I've got Shire on top here. The import for Blake Shin and the Trent Buster and Natalie Young team. Drawn wide in barrier number 12. The has the lightweight and does have Blake Shin. Second up to the 2,000, clearly the one to beat. Waiting for this horse to get to 2,000 metres where it can show its best, and I think we'll be absolutely trouncing these and winning very impressively. Flash Feeling for second. Has a right form on the board, was good last start, 4th up, hard fit, can run a race from barrier number 3 for Matty Cartwright in the saddle at $7. Elva Dunn, gets back, runs on, can run into a minus, but I can't see him winning, and as good as Sober gets for Annabelle Neesham and Celine Gaudray, can run well, second up, the import as well. But I'm with Shire in race number 7 at Flemington, 15 the win. Race number 8 at Flemington is a quality handicap over the 1,400 metres, and it's not going to surprise anybody here who I'm with. King Magnus did the right thing by us last start and winning, and I'm pretty confident that he can win again. Barrier number 9 doesn't concern me. He'll sit on midfield with a bit of cover. Gets half a kilo off his last start effort. Well backed already, $9.50 to $7, and I'm really confident this horse can take this out for Tommy Stockdale retaining a ride. It's Our Time. Can run really well here. Probably better at 1,200 metres, but have to respect him off his last start effort. Finally getting over the line again for another win. Jimmy the Bear up to the 1,400 metres is dangerous, though it has the wide barrier. That's why I think he can win, but I don't like the barrier. And Crosshaven has been up for a long time and looking for the paddock, I think. But King Magnus, race 8 Flemington, 40 the win. The best each way value of the day. Race number 9 at Flemington is a benchmark 70 handicap over the 1,100 to finish the day, and Senegalia on top for Linda Meach and the Mar-Uses combination from barrier number 3. They've shown their hand early with this horse. They booked Linda Meach. They're going to go forward with her. And I'm pretty confident it can score another win. He was very good, I thought, behind our Heidi and Dazzling Lucy last start in the 78 at Sandown. Up to the 1,100 metres will only suit this horse, and back down the straight, importantly, will suit this horse down the ground. Daily Bugle for second now. I think he can run a race again now. I know what you're saying. You've tipped him a few times and he's run disappointing, but he was good last start with not a lot of luck. Tommy Stockdale in the saddle, getting the weight off, and draws a good gate. Draws wide, which is the better place to be down the straight. I think at $11 you could do worse than him. Zion for third, can run really well for the Nick Ryan camp for Ben Allen, and Standoff. Not suited down the Flemington straight, but he just absolutely loves Flemington, so interested to see how he goes. But Senegalia on top, race 9 Flemington, 30 the win. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Flemington this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope I'm back, we'll get a few more winners on the board than I did last week. But let's look forward to this weekend and get the winners. And I'll see you next weekend for, I'm not sure, I think it's Flemington again.